Why are so many of us wide awake at 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling? You're tired. You've done your part for the day, and yet your body just won't settle. I've been there, more times than I'd like to admit. The older I got, the more I noticed it. I'd go to bed thinking I'd fall right asleep, only to find myself wide awake, sometimes till sunrise. And when I did sleep, it was broken. I'd wake up 2-3 times a night. It didn't feel like rest, it felt like waiting. But what if I told you something simple? A food could help. I used to think sleep was all about your mattress, your room, your routine. And sure, those matter, but I never thought to look in my own kitchen until I did. And when I did, things started to change. I'm going to share 7 foods that help me sleep better, deeper, longer, more peacefully. These aren't rare, expensive ingredients. They're regular foods, easy to find, affordable, and backed by science and experience. One of them in particular has helped more than any other. It's what I call the #1 sleep food. I'll get to that. But first, let's begin with something that surprised me. Food #1, tart cherries, nature's sleep hormone booster. Tart cherries aren't the kind you find in sweet pies. These are the sharp, slightly sour kind, and they've got something powerful inside, melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Your brain makes it naturally, usually when the sun goes down. But here's the problem. As we age, melatonin production drops. That's why so many older folks like us struggle with sleep. The body isn't getting the same signals it used to. I started drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice about an hour before bed. Just a few ounces, not the sugary kind. Real, unsweetened tart cherry juice. And slowly, something started to shift. I wasn't falling asleep instantly, but I was falling asleep sooner. And more importantly, I wasn't waking up 3 or 4 times a night. I'd wake up once, maybe not at all. It wasn't just the melatonin. Tart cherries also reduce inflammation, and inflammation can mess with your rest more than you realize. Harold, an old friend of mine, he's 78 now, started doing the same thing. Within a week, he said, "I didn't just sleep, I dreamed. I hadn't dreamed in years." That's the difference real sleep makes. You can also eat dried tart cherries or mix them into yogurt, but the key is to be consistent. Make it a habit. Now let's talk about something green. Food #2, kiwi, the green fruit that speeds up sleep onset. I never thought a kiwi could help me sleep, but I read about it in a study and gave it a shot. Kiwi helps your body make serotonin, and serotonin is what your brain needs to eventually make melatonin. 2 kiwis about an hour before bed. That's all it took. The first few nights I didn't notice much, but by the end of the second week it hit me. I was falling asleep faster. I'd lay down and within 20 minutes I was out. Not only that, I stayed asleep longer, and I woke up feeling more rested. There's something else too. Kiwi helps your digestion, and when your stomach feels calm, your mind tends to follow. Marlene, a friend from the community center, eats 1 kiwi after dinner every night. She says it feels like dessert. She added a second kiwi after a week, and now she looks forward to bedtime instead of dreading it. It's that simple. Sometimes your body just needs a nudge in the right direction. Let's move on to something crunchy. Food #3, almonds, muscle relaxation and blood sugar stability. You've probably heard that magnesium helps you relax, and almonds are packed with it. 1 handful of almonds, just about an ounce, before bed can make a real difference. Magnesium helps your muscles relax. It calms your nerves. It tells your body, it's okay now, you can rest. It also helps regulate blood sugar through the night. That's important, because when your blood sugar crashes in the middle of the night, you wake up, heart racing, disoriented. Frank, 75, used to snack on cookies before bed. No wonder he couldn't sleep. Switched to almonds and a slice of banana and his sleep changed. "I feel like my body finally gets a chance to recover," he told me. "Just remember, not too many. Almonds are great, but they're rich, keep it light. You can eat them plain or with a little warm milk," which brings me to the next food. Food #4, bananas, tryptophan and magnesium for nightly calm. Bananas are nature's sleep aid, soft, easy to digest, and full of potassium, magnesium, and tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid that helps your brain make serotonin and melatonin. We've heard those words a lot, and for good reason. They're key to real, restorative sleep. What makes bananas unique is they also contain natural sugars and fiber, which help that tryptophan work better. I started eating half a banana about 45 minutes before bed, sometimes just plain. I felt it, a softness, a stillness, not knocked out, just settled. Eleanor, 70, told me she used to rely on sleep aids from the pharmacy. But when she switched to banana and warm milk, she said, "Sleep doesn't chase me anymore, it finds me." That stuck with me. If you want to try it, avoid overripe bananas. Too much sugar can backfire. Just turning yellow with a few brown spots, that's the sweet spot. And now, let's talk about something most people only eat in the morning. Food number 5, oatmeal. Complex carbs that trigger sleep chemistry. Yes, oatmeal, but not instant, sugar-loaded kinds. Plain rolled oats. Warm, calming, and filled with complex carbohydrates that help your brain absorb tryptophan more efficiently. When you eat oats before bed, they help flip your brain's switch from alert to relaxed. It's not about putting you to sleep. It's about helping your body remember how to sleep. Walter, 76, used to stay up late snacking on cookies while watching the news. His sleep was awful. He swapped that for a small bowl of oats with cinnamon and a few tart cherries. And just like that, his routine changed. He said, "I didn't expect anything, but by the time the news ended, I was yawning." That's real. So if you're the kind of person who eats dinner early and feels snacky at night, try oats. They satisfy your hunger and prepare your body for rest. And while we're on the subject of warm things, food number 6, chamomile tea and warm milk, soothing the nervous system. Old-fashioned, yes, but powerful. Chamomile contains a natural compound called apignin. It calms the brain, reduces anxiety, slows everything down. It doesn't knock you out like a pill. It invites your body to rest. Joan, 69, started drinking chamomile tea every night around 8:30. She said she stopped lying in bed going over her to-do list. Instead, she started letting go. A warm cup, dim lights, no screens, just quiet. That's what chamomile does. It creates a moment of calm, and your body takes the hint. Steep it for 5 to 7 minutes. Sip it slow. Maybe add a little honey, but not too much. The sweetness should soothe, not spike your sugar. Make it a ritual every night, it adds up. Now we've come to the final food, and in my experience, the most powerful. Food number 7, warm milk. I know, it sounds old-fashioned, like something your grandmother would suggest, but there's a reason she did. Milk contains tryptophan, just like bananas. It also contains calcium, which helps your brain use that tryptophan more efficiently. And when it's warm, it does something deeper, not just to your body, but to your heart. It brings back a feeling of safety, of comfort, of being taken care of. George, 80, lost his wife a few years ago. Sleep was hard after that. A neighbor told him to try warm milk. He didn't expect much. But after a few nights, he said something I'll never forget. It reminded me that I wasn't alone, that I was safe, that it was okay to rest. That's what sleep really is, a return to safety, to peace. So if you're struggling, try it. Warm milk, half a banana, maybe a few almonds. Sit quietly. Breathe. Let your body catch up to your mind. Because that's what sleep is for. Let's go over those 7 foods again. Tart cherries, kiwi, almonds, bananas, oatmeal, chamomile tea, warm milk. Each one gentle, each one supportive. They don't work like a pill. They work like a guide, a quiet nudge in the right direction. At our age, sleep changes, but that doesn't mean we have to accept restless nights. We just have to support our bodies in the ways they now need. I'm not saying this will fix everything overnight, but if you start with even just one of these foods and make it a habit, you might begin to feel it. The shift, the calm, the welcome return of rest. So let me ask you, which one are you going to try tonight? Leave a comment below. I want to hear your story. I want to know what works for you. And if this helped you at all, if even one part gave you something to try, please like this video. Subscribe to GlowingAge. We're not here to fade, we're here to glow. One peaceful night at a time.